Good question. This is
And I'm going to give you an answer.
A landfill special here.
Okay?
Do you believe the Commanders are walking into another primetime loss?
No. I mean, I think they can win this game. And I really believe that. Jayden comes back, you know. I still look at that Seattle to Washington. It's a long flight, brother.
Coming off a bye, how much does that matter?
Who coming off the bye?
Seattle.
Don't make a difference. Sometimes bye can upset your rhythm. Just like a bye can get you healthier, a bye can upset the rhythm you had too. But like the primetime thing, I'm a little bit getting a little annoyed with, because like last year they were kicking ass in primetime. Nobody cared about the primetime then. Now this year, everything about the primetime, it don't make a difference. They're losing because they're losing. It ain't got no difference to do with primetime or not.
Last year they didn't get the primetime game, like a true primetime game, until Atlanta, I believe, when they clinched the playoffs.
They beat them.
Yeah, I think if they win or lose this weekend, I think Seattle would be favored if the game was at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think – but I understand why for some fans they find it difficult, because it is just a bigger platform. I mean, Sunday Night Football on NBC is the highest rated football game every week.
True.
Right? Like it's just a huge – platform, and you'd like to see them perform. I mean, what matters to me.
But Jay, this is why I'm gonna just take it back a little bit. I don't recall in the '91 Super Bowl year, any other year, that Coach Gibbs put more emphasis on the primetime game than he did any other game. I don't recall Andy Reid putting more emphasis on the primetime game than he put on any other game. And I think it's at that point now, because you know what? We haven't consistently won in a long time around here. Last year, the talk went away from anything. Just all we cared about was games and winning. Now this year, the season starts off differently. And now it's like now the primetime jinx again, this, that, and the other. But most people don't care. They view them all the same way. You understand more people may be watching during a primetime game or a night game or whatever, but still. You got to go win it, because you don't get extra bonus because you win a primetime game. And you don't get any less bonus if you win it in the regular season game. In a regular game. That stuff is discussed when your team isn't good. When your team is good, nobody gives a damn about that. That's a loser's mentality where you always get concerned about which game is this, which game is that. Nobody cares about that on teams that are kicking ass all the time. And we didn't care about it last year when we were kicking ass all the time.
100%. Good teams have crazy schedules.
Yes.
We
all wanted the primetime game. Now we have made it's a whole little thing about it now. You know what? I still want more of them. And I want the team to get better to be able to play well in them. I don't think it's the game. I think it's the injuries and the team this year. Like Coach mentioned it talking to you all yesterday and then last week too. Trying to find that identity. This team's still looking for it going into week 9. They found one last year early. Now they're looking for it. Hope the hell they find it soon. I care more about that than I care about a primetime game, winning or losing it.
Yeah, I mean, the platform is bigger. I understand that. But the games all count the same.
Yep.
I don't think DQ's mantra of anytime, anywhere, any place is getting tested right here, right? Because it's Kansas City Monday night, Seattle Sunday night, Detroit at 4:30. Then, oh, by the way, you're going to Madrid.
Yeah.
And
we'll
see tonight.
If they could add something into that, anytime, any place when we're healthy, that might be the point you want to add. But he made a comment, and that's what they live by. And you know what? Just because you lose some games, you don't forget that comment. You keep working. You work back to get to that. Like sayings are things that the outside world promote them for you when you're winning. And then they question them when you're losing. But if it's something that you really believe in, you don't just change it because you falter every once in a while. You know, you may drop off a little bit, but you keep fighting and you keep working to get. Sometimes when you got 53 people working on something and it falls off a little bit, guess what? It may be only 40 people working towards. The other 13 aren't. And you start bringing the other 13 back on, and when you get 53 guys doing something the same way all the time, you start to have that success again. So they got to work on their consistency because what we have seen this year is a lack of that.
Totally, man. If you're trying to figure out where the problems are, there's a lot to look at, right?
Yeah.
You and I both don't think they've coached A+. I think you talk about running the ball to the outside.
Yeah.
I've talked about the need to blitz more, to generate pressure. Mm-hmm. The soft zone in the second half against Kansas City, the soft zone in the second half against the Chargers, whatever defense they attempted to play against Green Bay. Mm-hmm. I don't think the coaches have been perfect. I don't think the players have been perfect either. Not everyone is hurt. Mm-hmm. There are dudes on the field, and not every one of them is a backup. There are starters on the field that have not been as good. The roster construction has real questions, has real flaws.
Yep.
You
the
had
communication problems, to me, sometimes are more of a reason of losing than the injuries. You watch guys I've been saying it for years. If people are communicating when the ball is being snapped, something is wrong. Because if you're to the left of me and I'm looking at you, we're communicating, ball snap, there's no damn way I'm in the position I need to be in when that guy already took 2 steps. I may look back at him and, I got my head around quick enough, but he already took 2 steps. So you know what I lost? I lost the cue he gave me to let me know where he might be going because he might have had his foot a certain way or had the other foot back. And if I have to be communicating when that ball's being snapped, that's what I mean. You have to begin to simplify things a little bit more. So those things trouble me more than anything when I see that going on. And I saw that a lot early on. Didn't see it as much in the first half against Kansas City, but I saw it so much in those first 5-6 games.
100%. KC, almost everything in life, if you think about it as a coin, it has 2 sides, right? I believe it was my favorite explanation of politics. I believe it was Sophocles said, it's the same coin. There's just 2 sides, right? In politics, both sides are playing the same damn song. It's just trying to appease to their base. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe that's gotten radicalized over the years, but still, you can look at the Kansas City game one of 2 ways. You can look at the first half and be really impressed with how coached up they were, how ready to play, the energy, the violence, how they flew to the ball. That was, even though they were tied at halftime, certainly in the last month, since that L.A. game, that's the best they've played.
Yeah.
And you can look at that and be impressed and say, we're going to build on that effort. Or you can look at the exact same image, the exact same 30 minutes of football, and say, why hasn't that been the case for 8 games?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can try to slice and dice this thing a million ways. Is the roster's the oldest in the NFL? Fact. Did they get slower than last year? Maybe. Maybe they changed up a little bit of personnel and it's impacted something. Maybe the scheme has changed a little bit and they're reacting to it. Maybe offenses are attacking them different. You can examine this thing a million different ways.
But the one thing I've always lived by and I'm going to live by for all my life, once you show me what you're capable of, I expect it. You can't complain at that point because you say, well, why do you think I'm supposed to be playing like that? Because you showed me you could do it. And I guarantee you tell a person, you showed me you can do it, I saw you do it, they don't have an argument against that. What are they going to tell you? No, that wasn't me. You saw somebody else. No. But if I tell them, hey, well, this is how we played back in the day, or this is what I see the other team doing, they have an argument against that. But if I tell you I expect you to play a certain way because you've shown me that's what you're capable of, I saw you do it in the first half. of the Kansas City game. They can't argue that. Players or coaches. All they got to do is try to build back up to that.
Sure.
So listen, there were things people were questioning throughout. I saw the first half of that game. I expect that level of play. And if you don't reach that, that's not on me. It's on you.
Right.
Because don't show me what you're capable of if you don't want to do it again.
I agree with you, dude. It's one of those things that is really, really tricky. And I did all ears last night, and we do the mailbag segment, right? And this one dude asked me a question. Sorry, I don't remember the question. Sorry, I don't remember who answered it, but who asked it, rather. But it was like, yo, we have the oldest roster in the league, 2 games under 500, might be selling at the trade deadline. Give me a reason to be excited. What do we have to look forward to? And I literally looked at the camera. I said, number 5, Jayden Daniels, and I walked out of frame. Like, to me,
you could have just dropped the mic on that.
I dropped my pencil, no lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to find you the clip. Yeah. Heather, send me the clip of me dropping my pencil. I was like on some level, whether it's expectations are gotten too far out of whack or people just are so violently in the moment, like, I still believe that what we have seen from Jayden Daniels is of such high caliber that there should still be
I think it's some more coming from
extreme optimism surrounding the organization. And I'm also realistic. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
2 things can be true.
We normally go back to the 91 team.
That team was good.
Okay, but see, this is what people got to understand. I'm going to use another example. Everyone automatically assumes Super Bowl this year just because we won in the NFC Championship game last year.
I don't think everybody assumed
A lot
Super
of
Bowl.
people did. A lot of people did.
I think they assumed playoffs.
A lot of people did. A lot of people assumed championship game or Super Bowl this year. Heard them talking about it. Buffalo went to 4 Super Bowls in a row. They didn't automatically win the next one because they went the year before. When I was in Philadelphia, we were in 3 NFC Championship games in a row. Didn't go to the Super Bowl the next year automatically. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that.
And, I mean, of that great run in Philly, never won one.
The thing you say all the time, every year is a totally different year.
Living, breathing organism, man.
So, when this is what coaches normally tell players, yes, take the confidence and the motivation of what you did last year into the offseason where it gets you going a little sooner, or you may approach things a little differently. But when you come back next year, that's over. What they did last year ain't going to help them this year. It doesn't. Hell, let's think about it now. Seattle last year wasn't good like that. They balling this year.
They won 10 games last year. They were on the bad side of the tiebreak.
I'm saying Seattle right now is way ahead of where they were last year.
Sure.
Okay? There are other teams who are now stepping up or better than what they were last year. There are teams that were good last year, ain't good this year. It happens.
New England.
You got to
Indy.
find, and like consistency is the thing you're looking for. It's not, oh, yeah, last year we were good, so we automatically going to be good. Not if you don't consistently do the same things, you're not.
And I think that challenge exists for players, but I think it also exists for coaches and front office. I think you can – we're 8 games in. I always say around Halloween is when you can kind of really start to identify what a team is, right? And I think you can find flaws in how this team was constructed.
Yeah.
And I think it's on them to recognize that and whatever ego is involved to check that and look at, okay, what did we do wrong last year? And this is one thing, DQ to his credit, he often references it's like a Navy SEAL thing. I can't remember the exact I think it's an after-action report, something like that. And he talked about one of the greatest learning examples in his life was looking at his tenure in Atlanta and realizing what has to be different.
Yeah.
And so last year was a rocket ship for this team. And, dude, there's no rule to prevent them going 9-0 the rest of the way. Like, I'm not telling you it's over. But they've dug a pretty big hole.
But what you got to do, you got to caution when you've had such level of success like they did last year, you got to caution against getting a little happy, a little complacent.
Sure.
And I think that's in every profession or whatever. You have to caution that because you never know. You just never know.
100%. I totally agree. There is one year to the next. I mean, honestly, unless you have like Mahomes, and when Mahomes got to take over that car, that engine was humming.
It was.
Like Josh Allen, when he got to Buffalo, that whole thing had to be built, and he got better over time.
Yeah.
Right? When Mahomes took over, that thing was already moving.
See, what they saw was this. I'm going to use a NASCAR. Let's say that NASCAR has a governor on it at 195. All right? But that other quarterback was running that thing at 180. Every time Pat got in it, he was at 195. And the coach started to say, damn, we can take the governor off, let him go to 200. Pat went in the game, had over 300 yards passing the first time he played. Then they put him back in another game. He had like 300 again, something like that. Close to 300. All of a sudden, they say, we don't need the other driver. Let's put this guy in. Now his governor's at 220. See what I'm saying? You find out that some guys can push the metal, push the limit. He wasn't pushing it. He wasn't throwing it to the receivers. He was throwing it to nothing but
Alex.
Alex was. Pat showed he could do more with that offense than what Alex did, so they went with him. You know, you just got to, and then this is my thing. Every year of a quarterback's second tenure, they go sophomore slump. I asked this question. If they got film on the quarterback, who else do they have film on? The person calling the plays, right?
Sure.
And who shows more of a rhythm and what they like to do? Is it the quarterback or is it the damn coach calling the plays?
Fair question.
The coach calling the plays, they see, when they watching film, they see the quarterback, what he does, how he does things, but they also know every 3rd and 6 they run this play, every 3rd and 9 they run this play, and who's calling the plays? So if the sophomore having a slump, then it must be the sophomore slump when it comes to the second year coach in that system too, right?
You never know because sometimes a coach leaves, gets a head coach.
I understand that, but I'm saying I'm talking about the ones that stay together.
Yeah.
You know, so
the situation here.
I just think that what it comes down to, as you move forward, you have to adjust some stuff. Just like you want the quarterback to grow. So if the quarterback comes to the second year, he comes back this year, and then we go with the same rhythm, the same routine, people could catch up with me. But if we adjust it a little bit, I guarantee I throw a monkey wrench in your plans.